earlier on, like late morning. So have a look at those. You're welcome to watch Pisces. Right, so we've got the Six of Wands reversed. So I'll show you the card because I really like the graphics on this Viking deck. When the Six of Wands is upright, it's success. It's being recognised for winning, for succeeding, for graduating, for being great at what you do. Yeah, it's achievement, high honour. So there's been some sort of failure because that was reversed. Maybe failure at the last minute, or you're feeling not noticed, not celebrated, not recognised for the hard work that you're doing. For example, if you were in a workplace and you thought, oh yeah, they'll pick me for promotion, and then they don't, they pick someone else. Or like, you start dating someone and you think, oh yeah, this is going somewhere, and then they throw a curveball and start dating someone else, and like it gets serious with them and you're like, what? What just happened? It's like loss or failure or defeat at the last minute. 10 of Pentacles upright, hello. That's very cool, isn't it? 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles is coins, which is money. The 10 of Pentacles is the thing that everyone's striving for. We like to think that when we're old and we've got our white hair or our grey hair, that we'll be able to, help out children, help out grandchildren, that we'll certainly have money, at least for ourselves, to pay for our own care. That we'll be warm, be able to pay the bills, keep ourselves heated and fed and watered, and maybe even have some hobbies. Like, it's that sense of like long-term, lasting generational wealth. Could be that you set up a business, and you're rolling it down to your kids and you're letting them work their way up from the bottom to the top. I wouldn't advise putting someone in at the top. People do it and the person has no idea and flops the business. So don't be afraid to put your kids in at the bottom and let them work their way up. It's advisable, isn't it, to do it that way around. But it's lasting generational wealth, assets, houses, cars, multiple properties, businesses, just a really fantastic career, solid career, and being able to pay your rent or pay your mortgage. It's a fantastic card to get upright in your spread. So why have you got 10 of Pentacles upright, but before that you had failure? It's interesting. It's like you've got the Pentacles, you've got the money, you've got the success, but you didn't get the recognition. Because in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, you can see here, he's like waving a flag. And it's as if like he's just won a war, because this is a Viking deck. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's like, in Italy, when they graduate from uni, they still to this day wear laurel wreaths on their head and they go through town. Go through the local village or the local town and they're celebrated because they've graduated from their course. So it's being recognised, and I feel like you've not been recognised. However, whether people view that success or not, you have reached the 10 of Pentacles because it's upright. It's not like, oh, I've lost the 10 of Pentacles or I would like the 10 of Pentacles. It's not in combination with anything. It's just there. So it feels like it's a fact that you have that. You've achieved that. Now, you can inherit money, but most of us, let's be honest, most of us have to earn it, don't we? And it's far easier, if we're honest, to build that up, pay the bills, save up some money and spend money on outgoings. It's far easier to do that when you are in a union with someone because you're dual income. Some people manage it by themselves, you know, and all they hanker after is someone to share it with. But in reality, it takes most of a lifetime to build that up. And it takes two of you in this day and age with the cost of living. So that's very impressive. Oh, I've just realised I haven't put your card down. Excuse me. There you are, Pisces. So Pisces, you have lasting generational wealth. Maybe it's a very recent success, or maybe you did inherit it and that's why people, you know, are not congratulating you. But that would be jealousy, you know. Of course, that's, you know, something we would all dream about for ourselves. It's the reason most people gamble. Oh wait, something else is turned over here. Something else is turned over. The Wheel of Fortune upright. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're going to achieve or receive lasting generational wealth. Because the Wheel of Fortune's upright and it's in combination with the Ten of Pentacles. So fate is on your side. The wheel's upright. You're going to have a really big spell of good luck. And you're not going to have to worry about money. Now, the likelihood of winning a competition or this being placed on your lap by relatives is small. Okay, so I'd never wait for that to happen or never assume that that's going to happen. What I would do is if I work or I've been applying for jobs or I've been applying for a promotion or I've considered moving from one company to another or I'm being headhunted, I would pursue those 3D. You know, take the initiative, pursue those goals, and it looks like they're going to be realised. If you got turned down for something, if you've been applying for other companies and they said no and took on someone else, you're about to receive what you've been waiting for, what you've been planning for, what you've been actuating. It's about to come in. Your luck's about to come in. Brilliant thing to come out in a reading. Beginning of 2025. I wonder if that came out in your financial reading that I did in December for January 2025. I did financial predictions. What I'm going to do is, actually, I'm going to link those in on your love reading so that if you want to, you can watch it. When we're doing well financially, after that we seem to do well in love because people are attracted to us. Not necessarily because they're aware of the fact we're doing well. Sometimes it is because of that. You know, it's not always a bad thing. You should present yourself to people for a relationship when you've got your ducks in a row. If you haven't and you're a bit of a hot mess and you're in between jobs and you don't have the answers, why on earth would you present yourself to someone for a relationship? So people aren't wrong. Everyone does a bit of that and says, well, how much do you earn? And what, you know, if you've got a stable job, if you've got a car, you know, do your family all work? Like, you want lasting generational wealth. That's the goal, isn't it? We want security for our kids and their kids. We want stability for ourselves in order to get to that point. Three of Pentacles, cooperation, working hard, workplace. This is very, very positive. Perhaps you feel like you've been overlooked, and now you're getting recognised. Now it's your turn, you know? It's not just that you feel like that. You'll feel like that as a result of that being the case, you know? You are receiving good luck. That is, the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana. It's the divine telling you this is your year. This is your level up, okay? Right, Five of Cups reversed. So The person on your mind is recovering from the loss of this relationship. We're on to your person's feelings now. At least you know you're killing it financially in 2025, or you're going to be. The Queen of Wands coming out so much, I'm not going to lie. Almost every reading, we've got a Queen of Wands. There's so much third party stuff going on. I think in this case, well, I don't know actually, I was going to say maybe it's just ambition, but it's coming out for your person and they're grieving the loss of a relationship. So you could be linked to an Aquarius reading. You could be an Aquarius Pisces cusper because they had a Queen of Wands in their reading. You could be linked to a Sagittarius or someone who has those placements. The Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The fact that she's come out after the Five of Cups reverse, after loss, grief, sadness, regret. You could be someone that was in a third party with a person outside of your marriage. Okay, because they're showing up as the one you're thinking of, the one that's on your mind. It could be your ex. There could be a fire sign and they're sad, but they're recovering from the loss of the relationship with you. Or you're not connected to this person at all. There's someone you're manifesting in that's a fire sign, that's very ambitious, very goal orientated, very attractive, very much solar plexus activated, and they've just come out of a relationship. We'll know when we get more cards coming out. To be fair, you're not showing up as a king or a queen, so perhaps you're not involved with this person, but it could be your ex. Or it could be someone that you were having a third party with, someone outside of your relationship. Like a mistress, or what do you call the male version of a mistress? Because it's not always going to be a toy boy, is it? It could be a sugar daddy, but it's like someone on the side. Your side piece, whoever that is. And not to belittle anyone that's in a third party, you're three people of equal status, but I'm just trying to think of a label really for the male version. I suppose mistress implies youth, actually. I'll stick to third party. The devil. Oh my, major for Capricorn. If you've been seeing someone on the side, or you were seeing someone on the side, they're heavily thinking about you. If this is your ex, they could be a Capricorn, because we've got the major arcana for Capricorn. They could have Capricorn and Aries, Leo or Sagittarius placements. I need a refill because we've got some serious tea coming out here. Accidental ASMR. It's just that sometimes the Queen of Wands can represent someone very seductive, very distracting, very attractive when your marriage is on the rocks. And I'm not saying that it's the Queen of Wands' fault. All it is if you cheat, you have been looking for somebody to cheat with. Okay, so we can't blame the Queen of Wands. If you cheat on your person, you are not in love with them anymore and you haven't been for a while. Let's be honest. You don't cheat when you're in love. You just hope and you pray and you wish and you feel lonely and you feel upset and you feel unnoticed. You feel like you want your person to just start sleeping with you again. You want them to start making love. You want them to be emotionally intimate with you, like physically intimate with you. And when there's distance between you and you're not getting along and it's been going on for some time, even the most loyal person can find themselves really magnetically attracted to someone else because chemistry is naturally there. And if you meet someone at work, they likely are aware that you're successful. They're attracted to you physically. There's natural banter there. There's loyalty there. There's respect there. They see you in a way that the people at home don't see you, because it's a more formal environment. So there's more respect. There's more boundaries. It can be very appealing, and you can find that you've got more in common with someone outside of the people that you're actually living with. It's not always something to overlook. It's taboo, and it's, unlawful if you are married, legally married, but people avoid, addressing stuff and dealing with stuff because they're trying to think of everyone's feelings. They've got responsibilities. They're trying to be realistic. All kinds of 3D reasons, okay? Practicalities, feeling guilty, taking seriously the commitment. They try to not break up a family. They try to not let their kids believe that love doesn't last forever. But the reality is, contracts can expire. I'm not saying every contract comes to an end, but most of the time, at some point, it's going to fizzle. Or even if you are still happy being with someone, they might walk out the door one day, or you might find out they've been cheating. Life is not a picture like book. It's not a storybook. It's not Disney. Bad shit happens all the time. Unexpected shit happens. And you might be the person that's happened upon someone, weren't looking for it, but kind of was feeling lonely, kind of was feeling like your partner was distant for quite some time. And then you've had this random connection, and it's just been awesome, and it's made you feel alive, noticed, seen. I don't know, but the Queen of Wands can represent that. If not, then you're just bringing in someone who's had a breakup, they've recovered from it, they've had a glow up. They could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they could be obsessed about something, or they could have noticed you and you might be on their mind heavily, or something like that. It doesn't have to be, like the Queen of Wands doesn't automatically mean third party. But either way, Pisces, you are successful, and someone's coming up in your energy, whether it's your ex or a third party, or someone that you're manifesting in the future that's not even aware of you yet. You're not aware of them. You seem to be focused heavily on work, and you seem to be creating a lot of abundance. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles for the outcome. So you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. They're showing up, whoever this is, as the Queen of Wands. So we've got a very earthy, practical, someone who's very successful. They're abundant. They spend a lot of money. They gift a lot of things to people. They spend money on themselves. But they know that they can earn a lot of money. They're very responsible with money, okay? And they can easily earn it and spend it and have savings as well. Their love language will be, your love language will be to buy things for people, okay? When you care about them, you will buy them nice things. You might spend a lot of money on yourself. Maybe you've got, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn somewhere in your chart. If you ever want to find out your moon sign, you just need your full date of birth and type in moon sign with your full date of birth on Google. If you want to find out the rest of your placements and look into, all the elements of all the aspects of what make you, you and who you are, you can look at your birth chart, and you need the hour and the minute that you were born, okay? Let's get 2 more cards for the outcome. So we've got you thinking in a very practical, earthy, day-to-day, abundant kind of way. You're well aware of your responsibilities. You're a brilliant provider. You could have children. You could have a mortgage or rent. You pay it on time, Page of Pentacles. Perhaps you feel ready to offer someone investment, because, you've got your ducks in a row, but life is to be shared, right? The goal is not to have a lot of money and be by yourself. The goal is to have love. The goal is to be able to provide for ourselves and, you know, our person together. Like, you want them to be earning as well, because otherwise it makes unfair power dynamics. Ideally, you're both earning and contributing, and, you know, you get to provide a nice lifestyle for yourselves. Doesn't have to be like rich. In fact, you tend to get problems when you've got too much money, but enough to get by and like a little bit to enjoy. Queen of Cups. So in this spread, we have 3 queens. Interesting. The Queen of Wands in the outcome could become the Queen of Cups, and you, the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups is someone who's healing, okay? And she did have, whether this is a man or a woman, the Queen of Wands, she had the 5 of Cups reversed. So it's someone who is attractive, they're having a glow up, they're ambitious, they're obsessively thinking about you with the devil. When you offer them a pentacle, they become the Queen of Cups, they become an empath, they become very calm, very caring. Do you see the difference? Instead of being competitive and fiery and sexy, we become calm, caring, nurturing, understanding. More in our water energy. We hold a lot of love for others because we feel loved. It's a nice outcome, you know. If you want to make somebody yours, do it. Offer your pentacles, offer your money. Contribute together towards a future. I'm not saying pay their way. Never do that for someone, because you'll probably become an arse and always point out that you are the one that pays for everything. It isn't great to do that. Ideally, you both want to be contributing a decent amount and therefore have an equal power dynamic and equal respect to one another. Let's have a look at this 5 of Cups reversed. What loss, grief, sadness or regret is this Queen of Wands recovering from? Gold digger. They want your money being used. Right, so they were dealing with an ex. They're getting over someone from the past that was using them for money. Okay, see, then they may have become someone who's very, you know, ambitious. They want to recover from that financial loss, but they want to meet someone who's very abundant and very self-sufficient, and they're going to find that in you. They've been manifesting you and you've been manifesting them. Okay, you want someone who's attractive, you've got a large amount of money, you don't have anyone to share it with, right? They've been used for money, they're ambitious, they're career focused, they're intelligent, but they are very attractive, and people are attracted to people who are sexy with a lot of money, you know, and they sort of try to live off them, don't they? And may have been a narcissist, but it says gold digger, so basically they got used for their money. It's something that they're trying to recover from. They may have hang-ups over it, they may have baggage over that now. But in the outcome, they're going to meet you. Someone who has pentacles for themselves and pentacles besides. You know, solid provider, someone who's really business savvy, someone who's really good with saving, someone who confidently spends knowing they can afford it, right? They have an abundance mindset and they're responsible. They get up, they go to work every day. They're not irresponsible with money. So this feels very just. This feels very nice. And it brings them into a Queen of Cups, kind of watery, caring, empathetic, sympathetic mindset. But if you're both in your feminine, that's a bit strange, because you tend to need one person in their masculine and one in their feminine energy. Not talking about gender, talking about one taking the initiative, one asking the other out. Perhaps you'll meet each other in different circumstances and it'll lead to love. You could be friends first, you could be colleagues first, because we've got the workplace showing up. It's very nice though. What I don't have is swords, and swords is like head over heart, or like strong, communications that have to happen, key communication. Swords can be lots of mental activity. Like, this is more from the heart, it's more natural. It's not overthinking, it's not, I've got no mental entrapment, no overthinking, no pain, no kind of arguments. It looks very nice. Cups, fire, pentacles, a lot of practical energy here, a lot of emotion, ambition. It's looking really good, Pisces. I'm happy for you. I'm just going to put a light on because it's gone a bit dark. It's looking really, really good. Okay, let's get you some clarification then. What is going to be the nature of this relationship? It looks like you're manifesting each other in. You may be aware of one another, you might not be. Make the effort. Okay, so I said I was a bit concerned that right now, in the third week of January, you're both in your feminine energy, because you kind of need one of you to be in your masculine. And I'm not talking about gender, I'm talking about masculine energies can be a bit more single-minded. Feminine energies tend to look at everyone who's concerned. So like a masculine energy would do what's right, think about themselves more. They'd be more self-focused. If they needed to take care of an empire, because they're the emperor, they're a masculine, so they might be able to make the tough decisions. Same if you're a king. When you are a queen or an empress, you're more of a creator, you're more of a visionary, you're more of a nurturer. You're of equal status, but what you look at and your perspective is always from the point of view of everyone concerned. Okay, so it's a different, more submissive energy. It's more passive, it's more nurturing, it's more creative. An emperor will go more logical. They could make very tough decisions. They might be more single-minded. So they're different qualities for a reason. They complement each other like yin and yang, like a 6 and a 9, like the peace sign, like white and black. It complements. And two masculine energies will clash because they each want to be the boss. They each want to have the final say. They have different ways of thinking. They're coming at things from different angles, and they each believe that they will have the last say. Two feminine energies may kind of lean apart and kind of be passive and wait for their masculine to kind of like make the final say or take the initiative on something, make the first move. So then we get stagnancy, because it's just like, it's a very nice energy, but nice doesn't get things done, and nurturing doesn't get things done. We have these complementary energies that it's like two skill sets that overlap, in places, but somewhere there isn't overlap, there's individual qualities that are very necessary, and we benefit from both when we join forces. So you could be two women, and one of you will be in your masculine, kind of more domineering energy. You make the final say on stuff, you're able to be a bit more cutthroat, straight to the point. But the other woman in the relationship will be, you know, seeing things from everyone's perspective, like worrying for everyone, more nurturing, you know, a little bit more passive, like they will choose to let the other person have the final say because we can't clash, you know. So it's working together, it's cooperative. Same if you're two men, you know, it's nothing to do with gender. Says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So someone's going to come into your environment, the universe is going to provide this Queen of Wands to you, perhaps in work, because we've got the Three of Pentacles. If you like how they look, if you think they're ambitious, if they seem like they've got over their last relationship, ask them out. You know, a Page of Pentacles is asking someone out on a date or striking up conversation. It's making that first move. It's getting to know someone, okay? When you become a Knight of Pentacles, you're kind of actually dating, you know? When you're a king or a queen, you could be in a serious long-term relationship, engaged or married. When you're an emperor and an empress, you could have been married for a decade plus, or you just two people. You don't even have to be together, but you're two people that have each evolved and ascended, and you're very wise and you have a lot of income, you're mega stable, you don't make rash decisions. Like, it's a sense of like you're in a very high place of ascension, like in your life. You've been through a lot, you've learned a lot. You know, it's like you become an emperor or an empress normally later on in life, like past middle age, but not always. What's the advice for Pisces? It seems to be about taking the initiative. If you like the look of someone, you've got your ducks in a row, you're ready to go. You know, don't be too passive, like take the initiative. They could be a fire sign, but they don't have to be. They could be a water sign, they don't have to be. They could be a Capricorn, they don't have to be. Determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide, it will soon recede. So if you feel like you haven't been noticed, if you feel like you checked someone out in the workplace and they didn't make eye contact or they didn't hold eye contact, it doesn't mean they're not into you. They may have just not got onto the fact that you were looking over at them. Try again. Okay, I'm not saying like go and sexually harass someone, but subtle cues, you know, you'll know if someone's interested or not. You know, you'll know if they start blushing or they look away quick because they don't want you to think they've been looking. Because it's all like subtle things like that. You can just tell, can't you, if someone's not into you or they are into you, but they're like, ooh, I don't want that person to think I was looking at them, or I don't want anyone to know because we shouldn't be getting together because we're colleagues and blah, blah, blah. You'll know what the difference is because you're intelligent and you're ethereal. If you're watching tarot, you're a very emotionally intelligent person, let's be honest. It's nice if this person was dealing with someone who's bad with money and then they meet you in the workplace. They already know that's not going to be an issue with you. Mind you, you can be someone that has a great job and you're still crap with money, like you overspend, you gamble, you do poor investments, you know. Or you just think, I'm going to spend all my money and like live off someone else because you're a narc, you're a narcissist or whatever. But like, to be honest, you can get quite a good vibe from colleagues. You can get to know them really, really well because you might work closely with each other or see each other a lot frequently. You might feel like you know them quite well. Let's get you some advice. My phone's on 10%, so I'm going to have to like shut up and get on. But we're at the end anyway. But the advice is important. Butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So there may be a situation where you're a little bit shy and you're someone who's a bit more introverted. Okay, you might get embarrassed when you're around people or in a group situation or a large team. You may be someone that, hangs back a little bit more. It says be determined, okay? And it says reinvent yourself, make the effort. Buzz off tarot, ran out of battery, demonstrably. So I've just recharged a little bit. What I'll do is, after refilling my beer, I'll carry on reading out your oracle messages, okay? But the advice is basically like strap on a pair and initiate, the situation, because someone's being brought in for you and they like you. Thank you for the likes, by the way. So you have determination, don't be afraid. Make the effort. You can reinvent yourself, okay? So if you're someone who's been a bit shy and you've previously avoided asking people out, do it. It's dead empowering. You can also prompt someone to ask you out. I'm female, so when I'm out, I have in the past, when I was young, I've got really drunk, done what I thought was flirting, which was being a bit silly with my friend. We were in our 20s, mid-20s, and we were out in a local bar. There was a lad that we just bumped into him, didn't know he was going to be out. It's like a random pub or bar in our local village. I nearly said it then. The next day, I found him on Facebook because I thought, you're attractive, you. And I always thought he was a nice guy. And it'd been a few years since we were in sixth form. We were never in the same friend group, never ever. And I thought, maybe he won't fancy me, but maybe he will. So I found him on Facebook and I just dropped him a message saying, oh, nice to see you out the other night. You're taller than I remember. So I wasn't literally saying, do you want to go out? But he took the cue and he was like, do you want to go out? So we did, and we ended up having a 3.5-year relationship out of it. So you don't have to strictly ask someone out, but you can approach them, you can make eye contact, you can grin, you can smile, you can say flirty things, you can give them a bit of a hard time. There's loads of different ways to do stuff. You can be helpful. If you see that they need help with something, especially if it's in work, you've got an excuse, haven't you? Just initiate a bit of contact, initiate a bit of vocab, anything, because even if they take a bit of time to get to know you, you're kind of showing that you're open, and that's all you need to do sometimes. If this is a Queen of Wands, whether they're male or female, they're very attractive, they're very good looking, they're confident. So, all people are different. They may have noticed you, but they may be someone that I know I personally normally, unless I got a few drinks down me or if it's in work, I just act like people don't exist if I fancy them. It's the wrong way to go about things, but if at some point we have to work together or they just start showing up when I'm working, I get the idea that they like me, and I just sort of go really, really giggly. This guy did it in work, and he was 10 years younger than me, because I'm 39 now. He's 10 years younger, he's got a girlfriend, but he was actively flirting. And I wouldn't say that I would go out with him, but it was just funny, he was just flirty, and then so I'd say stuff back, and he was really laying it on thick, to the point where it was funny. But he would just start turning up wherever I was. Like he sussed out my routine. So that's not someone saying I fancy you. But from the fact he always turned up when I was like there, I knew that he fancied me. You know, and eventually, like, yeah, he did like approach and stuff, but it's like he shouldn't have been doing that because he had a girlfriend. Oh, thanks for like, um, trying to think of other circumstances, like, um, I've been a little bit kind of set up before by someone. No, that's different. This is about taking the initiative, isn't it? I've had someone that just, okay, another example is like someone never flirted in work, but then I friended them again. Like I didn't friend them with it in mind that something was going to happen. I was actually just networking, like, you know, when you join a workplace and you're just trying to like open up like working relationships, and like mostly like you just friend people because you kind of want to get to know them, see who their family are, like, you know, have things to connect with them over, like when you're in the staff room or whatever. So in this one workplace, I like friended them, and then they ended up messaging me like it just went down like a wrong turn. And it went really like sexual, and I don't really hi Nisha. Oh my god, um I need to remember to do Nahid's to answer Nahid's question as well. I until I've got 500 subscribers, I can't do super chats. But I will. Nahid wanted me to pull a time in for her and her person. So I'll do that when I finish reading out, you know, Pisces stuff, because I don't want to hijack Pisces' reading. But if you want to ask me something, I'll see if I can do something for you now. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to the day that I can take super chats and like you can ask me a question. Do you know what I mean? Hey, we're up to 213 subscribers. I've been watching YouTube like channels to see what else I can do to boost the channel through the algorithm. Because a lot of people, creators who are on the up, have said like you need to put in your tags, like the names of tarot readers that you know vibe off, that are like kind of have a bigger presence than you and stuff. Ones that are on the increase, and so I've done that. I've not thrown in just anyone, like they're all ones that I'm subscribed to, because I watch tarot all day every day. That's how I learnt tarot. Yeah, so I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm doing a lot of lives now. I love doing lives, to be honest, because I get a lot of subscribers from lives. I get a lot of subscribers. I know people want readings that are posted so they can get to them in their own time, because we're all busy. And I do a lot of shorts now, so it all seems to be going well anyway. Right, let's get back. So you don't have to say I fancy you or would you like to go out. Oh my god, I've asked someone out before. This is quite cute. This. So my nan was in a nursing home, and one of the carers that was looking after her, she was dead like sweet over him, and I thought he's a nice person, him. So, oh, thank you, Nisha. I did a card for the staff, and I put a note in it, giving my phone number, and said if Ian wants to call me, then he should. And he could not believe that I asked him out, because he was like, but you're better looking than me, and all this crap that people say. It's not about that. It's about what kind of person you are. And I knew that he was a good guy, and I knew that he was, in terms of like, he was gentle with my nan, and she thought a lot of him. You know, to do a job like that, working in a nursing home, you've got to be a caring, patient person. in the end, we did, of course, he like took me up on the offer and we dated and got quite serious very quickly, but it wasn't the right thing for me long term. But that's an example of asking someone out. Oh my God, I've thought of another one. I've done this quite a lot, you know. I've done this quite a lot. Okay, so yeah, I do ask people out. I wouldn't have done it when I was, well, say when I was younger, but I was in my 20s when I asked my most serious relationship, let's put it this way, in my 20s came from asking someone out. So do it. As I say, it wasn't directly, but I prompted them to ask me out because I'm a girl and I don't want to say, do you want to go out with me? I think it would be a bit unattractive, but I let him know that I liked him, basically. So then, okay, so this is an example. After that relationship, that turned into a major relationship, the one that I met out in a pub and we'd gone to school together, but we were never in the same friend group. And I didn't know, but I had sort of an idea that maybe he might like me. And I was like a late bloomer. So when I got older, like a few years like after uni, I thought, I'm better looking now, maybe he'll go for it. And he did. And we ended up being in love and it was hella serious, like we nearly got married and stuff. Um, when I was trying to get over him, and I was really miserable over him because it's a 3.5 relationship in my mid-20s, so it was a lot. It's not about the amount of time you're together, but we were, you know, we could have got engaged. It was going that way. A lot of memories made, like really, really like great times, but yeah, really awful breakup, very painful because we were really in love. He finished it. I was trying to get over him. I was really depressed, lost a lot of weight, which is not like me. I'm quite an overweight person, to be honest, but yeah, I just went off my food. I was like really like shocked because I held him in high regard. I placed him on par with family members. Like I trusted him and I thought we're going to be together because he kind of like made me feel like that. And then he just ended it and I was really devastated. I was heartbroken. That sparkle in my eye that I'd had all my life went and it was because of that. Anyway, I started going to the gym and doing what I could to just move forward. You know, one foot in front of the other, kept going to work, just turned the radio off, didn't listen to music, couldn't cope with it. I felt too much emotion. It would have tipped me over the edge to hear like sad songs on the radio. So anyway, I'm powering through, start working out with the Davina Body Buff DVD. I joined a gym. My friends, like me and my friend, joined a gym. We go on a day pass. This isn't even my gym. We went on a day pass somewhere. So I was just there for the day. I saw this guy that I like had a crush on, and I thought I've not felt anything sexual for anyone for ages. Like I thought it was depressed down there. Like I just wasn't. I didn't have any sex drive. I wasn't feeling horny. Nothing. I crushed on this guy. So I like. I'm still in touch with the guy. He's absolutely stunning, by the way. I thought, I don't want to ask him out directly. So then me and my friend were giggling. And the guy that works on the memberships team, he was like, why don't you leave your number? I know him. Leave your number, I'll pass it on. So we did. And then he texted me and then I panicked and I was like, did I fancy him? Like, you know, when you can't remember what someone looks like and you're like, oh my God. It was the same day. It was like an hour later. So he must have gone over, as soon as we left the gym, must have gone over and told him. And he's messaged straight away. Straight away. And I thought, he's never going to be interested in me. My confidence was so low because when me and my ex broke up, it was really messy. And there was no cheating, but hearts were broken. And he broke my heart. And he kind of put it on me and he was like, you don't dress up anymore, you don't. And he doesn't mean like you don't look nice. He means like you don't wear kinky stuff or you don't. And I thought, don't put it on me. I'm the one trying to kiss you. I'm the one trying to like, I fancy you. I'm in love with you. Like, it made me feel very unattractive and like it was my fault, you know. And I thought, what a knobhead. But yeah, I just felt shit about myself. And looking back, I was bloody stunning. I was a really small weight and like I was young and I had like a whole life ahead of me and I felt bad about myself because he made me feel bad about myself. It hadn't always been like that. But when someone is making excuses not to kiss you or hold your hand in public, or they start like putting you down all the time, they're probably like about to break up with you. And I just thought, he's had a bit of a strange childhood, and I won't tell you too much. But I thought it was a bit of an unhealthy habit, and he was very competitive. He was a Leo. So I just thought he's like forgetting how to be with me. And then yeah, I started to get like the cue that he didn't want to kiss me. And so it was so sad. It's so sad looking back because he spoiled me when we were in love and together, and it was all him. But anyway, things changed. We broke up. I was devastated, heartbroken, lost loads of weight. I was dead depressed. Didn't think I'd fancy anyone again. Left my number for this guy, thinking nothing of it. I thought, I'm not going to hear anything. There's no way I'm going to hear anything. Because I felt so bad about myself, like my attractiveness. I felt bad about my sex. I felt everything. I just felt shit about myself. And I just didn't expect anyone to fancy me, honestly. Especially not someone this good looking. Like, so anyway, I postpone it and I say like, can we take a rain check? I've never used that word in my life. I only know it exists from movies. So then he was like, you want to take a rain check? Like, who says that? So I was like, I'm sorry, I've come out with something really major and I just saw you and I really fancied you and I didn't think I was going to feel like that again. So it's just honest. And then he said like, well, let's meet up. So we met up and I thought, bloody hell, this guy's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Like, where's he come from? I've never seen him around. Like, I've gone to the gym one day and I've seen someone randomly and just fancied them so much. So we met up like at TGI Fridays, a little bit away from here, somewhere where we can go to the cinema maybe or have a meal out. We met for lunch in the day. I had to sit on my hands because they were shaking so much. I fancied this guy so bad. If you ever felt like that about someone, like your hands are shaking, you're like visibly like trembling because you're not used to like, I don't know if I've ever crushed on someone that much in my life. Like, oh my God. Like, it was amazing, but it was like terrifying. And I said, we used to laugh and we laugh about it now because I said, you need to stand the other side of that car. You're not allowed to come near me because I can't cope with it. And he'd be like, why aren't you looking up? And I'd be like, because it's too much information. Like, I'm getting too hot. It's too much for my brain. I can't look at you. And so I said to him, like, we can't do anything. And I need to meet up with you, like, for a few weeks before. And, you know, I haven't kissed anyone else in years other than my ex. I've come out with something really serious. It's been awful. I've got walls up. And he said, well, I'm not looking for anything serious. I don't want to break any hearts. But I appreciated the honesty. And so anyway, we ended up, you know, still kind of like meeting up. We'd have lunch or we'd go work out at the gym. And in the end, we ended up having great times together. Like, we didn't have a relationship, but he was honest from the start. I was just like, I'm a red meat, red wine dessert girl. If he watches this, I'd be laughing because we still hang out now. Um, but I would just had my walls up and then I was just saying whatever. I had no filter because I thought, fuck it, like my heart can't be any more broken than it already is. And I just was glad that he just said what he was looking for and he was straight up. And we're still friends now and it's like, how many years later? If I was like 27 or 28 when that happened and I'm 39 now, we've known each other over 10 years. We talk like almost every day. We hang out sometimes, like it's not that often, but we just sound with each other because we're just truthful with each other and I respect it. It's the first person I got messed about a lot in my 20s by guys that were pretending to want to date me and really they just wanted to sleep with me. He's the first person who just had the maturity to just be like, well, this, I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't want to upset you. I think you're really attractive, and I just appreciated it, and I still do. So in my tarot readings now, I'm just like, please, will you be honest what it is that you're looking for? But yeah, there's a few examples there of how I've met people. I've also gone on a dating website. Match.com sometimes can be worthwhile. Sometimes there's not a lot on there that interests me, but I've met 2 people on there. One, my most serious relationship to date in my 30s, I found on Match. Match is global, so when I was living in Italy, I used Match. It's called Meetic over there, and met the love of my life, the person I've never been able to get over. Much more serious. We lived together almost straight away. He's a great guy. It's my loss. Never got over it. He's still in Italy. He's Italian. His family are beautiful. It was just a case of we were very much in love when we split up, but Brexit was happening, COVID happened, and we couldn't decide whether to live in Italy or England. So unfortunately, we parted ways for that reason. But yeah, like dating websites, you haven't got to physically, to be honest, if I'm in a club, there's no way I'm like taking anyone seriously because they're drunk or they won't remember me tomorrow or they're being a bit of a knob the way they approach me, because they're just kind of doing that thing where you put a line on someone. So also, I don't know if it's a girl thing or what, but if I'm with my mates, I'm not really gonna, I don't know what it is, but I just would never expect to meet the love of my life on a night out, and I know some people have, but it's just unlikely. I'm not really approachable on a night out, and it's my thing, but I've met people in workplaces. I've met someone that moved in next door to my sister. It was circumstances that brought us together. I bumped into someone on a night out and asked them out the next day, but I didn't really ask them out. I sort of prompted them to ask me out by adding them. It's more in the way that you look at someone or you give them a clue that you like them. You don't have to directly ask them out, you can get them to ask you. But if you're the guy, I would say, ask people out. You'll be pleasantly surprised and you'll gain a lot of confidence from it. I wouldn't, you can tell, can't you, from body language, if someone's like reciprocal, if they banter with you, if they don't try to make excuses to get away from you, if they blush when they're around you, you can tell that they fancy you back. Like, just read the room, read the situation, but don't not try, because that's a shame. Anyway, I'll shut up now. You've got Orca Whale, Adventure. Dare to do things differently, sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. So they're talking about finding your inner power. You can travel. You are that person that can ask people out. You are that person that can live abroad. You are that person that can move workplaces. You are that person that can sell your house and move to another one. You are that person. Okay? You are that person who enjoys to exercise. You are that person that enjoys to eat nourishing food. You are that person. Whatever it is that you think you're not able to do, you are that person. Okay? Say those positive affirmations to yourself. Have that positive dialogue with yourself. Okay? White Stag, Protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awakens the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. There is No one else like you, Pisces. Okay, this is a white stag. It's rare. You are rare. If you were trying to create a product and build a brand, you would need to have something that other products don't. Okay? That is the beauty of humans. We are all individual. You have things other people don't. Okay? No one can create what you are. People bland themselves down because they try to be like Instagram influencers, but they all look the same. You know, like all the Kardashians, you know, start to have surgery and do the same hair and makeup and clothing, and they start to look like carbon copies of each other. People do that in high school, you know, like my students. Sometimes they've got their own individual style, but oftentimes they're trying to emulate someone that's an influencer, and it's sad because you're diluting you. You're diluting. What you should be doing is looking at your own features, your own personality, and understanding who you are, having a good relationship with yourself. You know, because when you're confident, you believe in yourself, people got time for that. They got respect for that. If you're carbon copies of each other, it actually shows that you're insecure. You know, 3 people going out wearing the same outfit. Sad. Sorry, but it's straight away, if I was a fuck boy or a fuck girl, if I saw someone wearing the same exact outfit and the same hair as the 2 people next to them, I think, wow, those 3 are insecure. I'll take advantage of them. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's like, if you think about nature, nature's cruel. But this is what people target because they're like, I know that this person doesn't really have a good sense of self. They're not really believing in their own brand. You know, it's like people with red hair dyeing their hair blonde. How depressing is that? I know why people do it, but it's like, where I work in Wales, probably about a quarter of the kids have red hair, and it's like, it's not even like strawberry blonde, it's like fire red, and they suit it so much, and it's like natural. It's very like Viking vibes, like absolutely stunning. If they started dyeing their hair blonde, I'd be depressed as. I'd tell them off. I'd be like, what are you doing that for? Don't you dare do that. Do you know what I mean? Wear your like brand, be you. Like, set the trend, be a trendsetter. Don't try to copy everyone else because you're diluting your personality. You're showing up. What you convey to other people is that you don't believe in yourself, you don't like yourself. Okay, it's all that bullshit. So we've pulled from there, we've pulled from there, we've pulled from there. Make the effort, determination, reinvent yourself, adventure. Great love is worth taking the steps you guided to take. This one. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Be proud of who you are. Enjoy it. See this as an opportunity. Don't see it as a challenge. It's an opportunity. It's exciting. How are you going to go about it? What is it that's going to work? Like, how nice to like crush on someone and think that they might crush on you too. That's the kind of thing keeps me awake all night, and yet in the morning I feel totally rested. I buzz off that. And it doesn't happen that often, let's be honest. I'm feeling a bit giddy now. Like I need to go and like find someone to flirt with. Tune in. Today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down. To place my hands at my heart space and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honour however I am feeling. Casting spells. You've got the gift of the gab. Look at that. Sexy lips with like words coming out that are just seductive. Maybe the sound of your voice, or maybe what you say. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now, when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. You're the creator of your own destiny, okay? If you want them, go get them, Tiger. Doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Oh my God, if it doesn't work or if someone doesn't quite get onto the fact that you fancy them, it doesn't matter, does it? Say what? If you have a flirt and they happen to have a partner, it doesn't matter. People exercise their flirting muscle. It doesn't mean they're going to have an affair. Just see how you get on, being that way with people. Don't avoid it, okay? Like I said, around this particular person in work, I would go bright red and I would not even be able to look at them. They got the message that I fancied them by the fact that I went all awkward around them. So it's just an honest kind of reaction, isn't it? It's instinctive. Most times from body language and how someone goes when you're around them, you can tell whether they like you or not. If they're doing a runner because they just feel dead awkward and they don't like you and they're getting the ick, you'll know that it's different to someone going bashful and blushing and they will sort of giggle a lot and stuff, won't they? You can tell the difference. Let's get a timing. When is Pisces gonna ask this person out? Around May. Stop focusing on time frames. So it could be May, but you can make it sooner than that. Okay, you can make it sooner. You don't have to wait that long. If there's someone that you like the look of, have a flirt, ask them out, enjoy it, Right, so I'm going to leave the Pisces reading there. You lucky things. Single and ready to mingle. Nahid, I think it was a she asked me when her and her person were going to reconcile or reunite. And then if you want to ask me something, I'll do my best to answer it. Yeah, it's a she because she said she told me what sign she is, and then she said he's a... I have to scroll back up. Can I scroll up while it's live? Yeah. Oh, it's on the other chat. It's on the other video. Before I went for my walk and recharged my phone. Right, it doesn't matter. Oh, I know what she said. She said, does he love me? I don't think I've got a yes or no deck, so I'll just pull from a regular deck. I have got messages here as well.